Hey guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. If you wouldn't mind smashing that like button, this is our Bitcoin evening wrap up and we will go over to those charts. So what a candle. Right, so you guys may have heard me say on occasion, watch out for the acceleration into the 9 candle. And yeah, here we go. Case in point, acceleration into the 9 candle. I did say, obviously, when this 8 candle closed, this looked like this was going to be our 9 candle getting front ran. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's what it looks like. To activate that trade, you basically have to trade below, or if you want to be more conservative, close below that candle, which we never got. We never came close to it. We just never came close. So there would never been a trade activated there, so it wouldn't have mattered. You wouldn't have sold on the 8 candle. You just would have been aware that if the 9 candle breaks below here, then you could count that as a front running of the 9 candle. But there we go, and there you have acceleration into the 9. True TD style, like I'd say we get all the time, not all the time, but like I say we often get. You'll often see it. And this was a savage looking 8 candle to definitely fool a lot of people into thinking selling around 10k was a good idea, and they clearly got squeezed pretty hard. Also, I want to take us over to the weekly. I mean, there's a triangle that we were looking at. Here's the triangle. Ascending triangle. Clearly broke out of that. I mean, we pretty much got basically to roughly what the target would be, depending on exactly how you drew it. Basically, say 8,600 to 10,000. So 1,400, and then we've gone from say 10,000 to, yeah, I mean, we're just shy of the target. I mean, it is obviously a little bit wider here than that is high. But yeah, so ascending triangle there played out. Also, the weekly TD9, you can see here, this was basically the close of that weekly TD9 candle. You can more conservatively play it basically breaking the top of the wick or basically the close of that candle. Once you take out the, basically what I'm saying is once you take out the top of that after you've had your correction, that will signal more upside. And that clearly is what we got once we took out the top, signal more upside, and there we go, on with our larger trend. So if I show you this in the context of the overall trend, this was the uptrend, ran ourselves into our weekly 9, 1 to 4 candle correction, 1 2 3 4, and then started to make our way back up, took out the top of the close of that 9. I mean, the reason I wasn't talking about it too much is because it just coincided with a horizontal resistance anyway, so there was no real reason to differentiate this to identify this level because of this 9 when it was identified already. And yeah, obviously blasted through that and blasted onwards and upwards. So a good lesson, and it's good lessons in the TD9 here, guys. The weekly one. I mean, you can see how we topped off of the weekly. We had the weakness, the correction on it, and then once we took out the top, once we got some momentum, took out the top, we accelerated to the upside. We've got a nice lesson on the daily TD9 here. I mean, this is literally just textbook TD9 trading. This is, look, the TD9 here at the low. I know this just looks like it's not really trending because of this, the extreme nature of this candle, but this was obviously a trending move down. Because you guys know, and look at that 9 there as well. You guys know that I will say, if we've not really got a trend, the TD is a trend exhaustion indicator. If we've not really got a trend, we can't have a trend exhaustion. And this does look pretty flat price action, but it wasn't really. This is a move from about 9,500 to, well, down here was 9,000. So that is a move down of, $500. That is a big move on a normal day. On a normal day, that is a very large move, but yeah, it wasn't on a day, it was on a week or so period. So yeah, then we got the 9. So basically what I'm trying to say, all that was just to try and tell you guys, look, we got the daily 9, and then all the way up to the daily 9. And I mean, if we blast off and carry on from here, so be it. Excellent. I mean, well done, Bitcoin. No one's gonna be complaining over here in the crypto space if that happens. But is it likely? Is it likely that we're just gonna carry on this tear? In all fairness, This is the next major area, and then based on the level of volatility we're currently experiencing, it's not going to take much for us to tap that. Let's face it. But are we in a zone where people are going to be getting very bullish, going to be thinking, yep, this is it, we're going to go up? Is it? I do know the Bitfinex longs were very high, and people were talking about them getting wrecked. And we did have a discussion about it, and I did say that they can be right on occasion, especially when you get like a big move, just a big overall move. It doesn't necessarily have to be contrary to what they're doing. Yeah, sorry, I think we're just we're having a bit of a move here. I'm sat on a daily time frame. It doesn't look as much, but if we just have a quick look over here onto this 4-hour time frame, you can see we're over 11k now, guys. 11k Bitcoin. So literally as I speak, saying coming up to tap this level is not beyond the realms of reasonableness. It's not even a real word, but reasonableness. I mean, are we going to do it right now in about a 10-minute video? But yes, we're still on this daily 9 candle though. Remember, it's still today. We have still got, where does it even say? We still got 2 hours of this candle left. So maybe that is what we're doing. Maybe we are doing our best to tap this. And this is where CME gap is as well, about up here. Maybe we just want to tap this in the next 2 hours. Don't rule anything out, guys. Do not rule anything out. This is why we're involved in Bitcoin, though, isn't it, guys? These are the days of our lives. This is what we're doing here, isn't it? This is what we're doing chart analysis for. This is why we learn the TD. This is why we look at the importance of horizontals. This is why we do everything we do, don't we? If we want to also go on to our descending broadening wedge, this was from a while back, June the 3rd. Yeah, when we were basically here at this weekly 9. At the weekly 9. Did I even mention the weekly 9? No, I just drew it. But yeah, the weekly 9. So yeah, we had the little bit of the pullback, as you can see, and now we are going for a target of yeah, I mean, the target is anywhere in this zone. I'm not actually 100% certain how you work out the target of a descending broadening wedge, because it's just because it could be sloping down at a different gradient, in which case yeah, but either way, the target is oh wait, I do know, is it, or these statistics, yeah, sorry, the average move up from the breakdown is 38%. That's where I drew this line up to, 38%. So 14k is the average move above the average percentage move up from a breakout. So yeah, there you go. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, let's go back over to Bitcoin. So realistically, I could show the oscillators if you want, but what do you think they're going to be doing? Obviously 4 hour up, yeah, nicely being guided up by, well, I say nicely guided up by its trend line, but relatively held up by the trend line. You got to remember, these indicators, that it's pretty hard for them to stay in this higher zone than it is for them to keep moving through the middle zone. So obviously a straight line in something that's exponentially harder for it to stay up here is obviously gonna curve over a bit anyway. Obviously 8 hour jammed up there, 12 hour jammed up there, daily turned up, 2 day great, and the weekly is great, obviously. But yeah, the main one is this daily though. So this is literally what we're looking at. The daily getting up here, and the accelerating into this daily TD9 potentially. I mean, I did think maybe we'd front ran it, but there was no trade activated. It didn't really matter what I thought. It wasn't like how I trade and how I tell you. I was not shorting this. At no point in any of this move have I taken a short. I was only taking longs at this basically buy 9 down here. So just clarify that, guys. But yeah, no point was I looking for a short, even though this did look like a front run candle, a nice extended run, and a doji candle. Well, I say it's a doji, but had a long upwards wick, and a hammer, an inverted hammer. But yeah, there's our acceleration tonight. So yeah, yeah, it's just one of those days when technical analysis just seems to work, guys. And that's what's kind of saying, are we going to get up to this level? I mean, I would fully expect this level to get a front run. I mean, I would fully expect us to keep having a crack at it in this next 2 hours until this candle closes. And then potentially some sort of a cool off. I mean, realistically, this is the cool off level, about 10,500. Isn't it incredible that I'm saying that compared to where we were this morning? But yeah, realistically, back testing 10,500. Yeah, I mean, we know another one of the things that I'm quite repetitive about is back tests. So a back test of this 10,000, basically 10,000 level to confirm it as support maybe is important, but I actually think this level here, this 10,500 level, this is a change on the macro changed, closing dailies above here, because this obviously breaking 10k is fantastic, and breaking these levels are fantastic so far as this is concerned, but actually breaking above this high here is actually more important than breaking the top of this ascending triangle. So I would say, obviously, this is why we wouldn't say potentially, this is why I assume we're getting this acceleration past this level now, is because this is just such an important level. I mean, you can see it here, important here, important here. Now we're above it. So, right, basically what I'm trying to say in my long, convoluted fashion that I've just further convoluted by using words like convoluted and adding extra sentences, and oh no, I've done it again. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that this is a more important level now to backtest. That's what I'm trying to say. So we don't necessarily have to backtest the top of this triangle. We've broken above this more important, more significant level. So wherever we rally up to now, I wouldn't necessarily be targeting 10k. I would be targeting 10,500 area for a backtest. And then that would potentially be the buying opportunity, the last buying opportunity before 30k, 40k. I mean, we're going to be at 20k quite clearly, pretty quickly, aren't we? You've just got to look at the dollar index, like I was talking about. I was keeping my beady eyes on Tesla today. Let's just go over to that dollar index. Yeah, so I am expecting a back test of this dollar index back to this level, because this is an important level, and there's nothing important down here for it to back test that's lower. So I'm expecting a move up. I mean, that could quite easily get us down to 10,500 at least. But yeah, I mean, that's it, isn't it? It's the dollar falling out of bed. And what I wanted to say was, if the dollar gets down to here, Bitcoin's going to be 20k or higher. I don't know if you can, that is not a financial advice. It's not intended to be financial advice. And I don't even really think, if someone says to you, if that gets that down there, then Bitcoin will be up there, because it's like, well, if I say that's going down there and then tell you to sell it, that would be financial advice, wouldn't it? But if I say, if that goes down there, then something else will do that, i.e. Bitcoin, then that's not even financial advice, is it? Anyway, that's just speculation, but mental speculation rather than like speculation when you buy or sell an asset, speculating on its movement up or down. These words have lots of meanings, don't they? But anyway, so yeah, so not really much else for me to say, guys. We're just waiting to see where this tops out. I mean, like I say, I'll be surprised if we break above here, but Bitcoin surprises you. That's the one thing you need to know about Bitcoin. You just got to expect the unexpected. Even in this triangle, I mean, for me, this triangle looks so perfectly like we were going to come back down from this level we're at, test here again, and then go back up. And when you see something that just looks, that would be so perfect to work out, I mean, that's kind of when the bulls just slam it in your face and just buy, right, we'll just squeeze it now then. I mean, it's obvious we're going to go up, even if we have to come down here first, so why not go up now? So, yeah, it's good to see this. It's good to see this bullish price action, guys. It is really good. So when people have got these massive BTC gains, one, they are going to be like, let's pile into some of these altcoins with our gains. And number two, they're going to be like, let's wrap my BTC, get it over to some DeFi network, and get earning me some yield. Get me some yield farming, like those sophisticated Bitcoin and yield farmers. The memes, I'm sure you guys have seen the memes. But anyway, so that's it, guys. Yeah, great night, great day for Bitcoin, great day for Bitcoin, great day for cryptocurrencies, bad day for real currencies. It's been a bad year. It's been a bad while for real currencies, guys. The pretending is ending. The pretending is ending. There is no more extend and pretend for them. The pretending is ending. Anyway, so right, thanks a lot for listening, guys. Yeah, again, not enough financial advice. I feel like a broken record. I don't know why I keep saying it. I think it's because I keep saying quite specific price action things, so I just feel like they can be construed as actual advice when they're not. But anyway, so thanks for listening, and I will speak to you guys in the morning.